Hey, and welcome back. I'm Rob, aka ShipDriver71, and I am continuing my re-entry into the flight sim world with Prepar3D. Today we'll be making an evening approach into Boise, Idaho, KBOI, in the iFly 737NG.
2871 feet. Recall. Checked. Auto brake. Level 2. Landing data. VRAV. Double check that, please. Minimums 200 feet. Approach briefing completed. Descent checklist complete.
Boise is in the Central Rocky Mountains FTX region from ORBX. In addition, I am running FS2 Crew, GSX, Active Sky 4, and EZCA 2.
Approach checklist.
Altimeters 2992.
2992.
Approach checklist complete.
Now I have to admit, I was fairly pleasantly surprised by the performance of the iFly 737NG in P3D V4. In FSX, it was fairly hard on my system. Probably not as hard as a PMDG 737, but still pretty hard. Although the iFly had the big advantage of not triggering OOM errors. Nonetheless, frame rates, and more notably smoothness, are noticeably improved. Call me a happy camper with the iFly.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1. Transition level. Altimeters 2991.
2991.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Now, Boise is an ORBX, quote, default, end quote, airport, and it is frankly shocking that no one has done a payware add-on for it yet. Although I have to admit that I am kind of ambivalent about such an undertaking, since it would undoubtedly reduce performance there. Perhaps if it was someone like PacSim, who are pretty good at FPS-friendly airports. I don't know. And here you can see the city of Boise and KBOI coming into view. For settings, I'm using my night heavy profile for P3D, which because it is evening and night, I have removed building and vegetation shadows and eliminated water reflections. Dynamic lighting is on because the landing and taxi lights for the iFly utilize them, and frankly, they're pretty cool. Although the current exterior paints for the iFly, of which I have made several in the Flight 1 library, including this Alaska paint, have baked-in landing light fuselage illumination, which is now unnecessary with dynamic lighting in P3D V4. iFly has said that they are working on new high-res textures and a paint kit for V4 for release later this year. Autogen here is set at normal, anti-aliasing is at 4x SSAA, and frames are limited to 24. Speaking of anti-aliasing, 4x SSAA is minimally acceptable in most ways, but distant lights at night still have an unrealistic shimmer. Some simmers seem to have rationalized it that real-world atmospherics can cause shimmer as well, but not this exaggerated. I did try this flight at 8x SSAA, and the shimmering lights were almost cured. In fact, night lighting shimmer at 8x still exhibits a slight shimmer, which to be honest is fairly close to reality, conditions dependent of course. Unfortunately, 8x caused stuttering on my system, especially near the city and airport. If a more modern graphics card than my GTX 980 will allow me to run 8x, I would be very pleased. I should also note that I am on a 1080p screen. If it were a 4K screen, such high levels of anti-aliasing are probably unnecessary.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you are making a connection to another flight, please see the customer service agent being with flight or video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll be collecting all service items, newspapers, and any other items you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices. Stow these devices and then all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright positions and check the security of your seatbelts. We will be landing shortly. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, thanks. Captain, the cabin's secure. Right slope aligned.
2500.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Landing checklist.
Engine start switches.
Auto.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Standing by for the flaps.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Cleared.
Check. Landing checklist complete. Localizer deviation. Localizer alive.
$1,000.
Flight slope deviation.
$500.
500 feet.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
Speed brakes up. Reverse green.
One thing that does bother me about V4, and to be honest, I don't remember if this was in Prepared 2.5, but every time I start up the sim, the information text checkbox is checked, even if I uncheck it. The next time I start, it's back, and as you can see, the GSX is throwing some green info bar at the top. I freaking hate that. So, and I forgot to uncheck it for this flight. One thing I did forget to mention in the add-ons earlier, I am using Ultimate Traffic Live, and as we approach the terminal, it's set at 90% for airliner and GA traffic, so that's why you see a nice healthy amount of airliners here.
Boise Tower, SkyWest 5319er, pit 6 miles northwest, inbound ILS, runway 10, right approach.
SkyWest 5319er, Boise Tower, fly straight in, runway 10, right, altimeter 2975.
One thing you can notice here as we pull into the gate, the taxi lights using dynamic lighting, they really shine brightly and almost blow out whatever they're shining on when you get close. And it's not just the iFly, it's even the general aviation aircraft do this as well. But I still really like the dynamic lighting. Well, I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if so, please like, and if you haven't already, by all means subscribe, and remember, aim high, bro.